So here we are with shawaz. Shawaz cleared PMP with all above target. Now, the journey of PMP is always fascinating for me, how they cleared it. And journey of shawaz is pretty very important for me. How she did it, when she joined it, all those things. I don't want to share it myself. I want her to share her journey. So Shevas, it's your journey. Share it whatever you want to. Please go ahead. Mic belongs to you.
Yeah, sir, I was actually dreaming about the way you used to introduce everybody, telling that uh, he has cleared the PMP with all about targets and all that. I was always having that dream, and today that dream has come true. And I'm running out of words how to thank you at the first place. And second thing is like I'm on the clouds now. So this PMP journey was maybe it's easy for very few, and to whoever has come across this PMP journey, it's been the hardest, and where I succeeded it, people are really grateful, and I'm one among them. And yes, sir, it has been a very hard journey for me. So this year, January, I planned to give my exam, but I couldn't. Thankful to you. The moment I called you, you included me in batch two, and you were like continuously motivating me and supporting me. Whenever I have pinged you, I still remember, sir. I there were few days wherein I was consistent in your follow-ups and replying to you, but there was a time wherein I was totally away, not responding, and all that. The moment I used to text you, the immediate response, so I used to hear, "What do you want and how can I help you?" That was the only two things conveyed from you, and which helped me clearing this PMT, sir. And till date, whatever help I wanted, though I didn't express, but you provided by yourself everything. So I'm thankful to you, sir.
I'm proud of you. I'm really proud of you. How you did all those things. Yeah, it matters. My job. When anyone uh, comes, I have to basically work with them till they become certified PMP. So let's talk about more how you prepared and how you worked on it. Then we'll come more to those things.
When coming to the concept wise, I had read the PMP 6th edition last December. I was thorough with that. Even in the prepcast, I was scoring like 80. When it came to an agile, I got in a dilemma like how do I prepare? And when I was giving the mock papers or whatever it is, I was not sure like how do I approach for this. When I attended the batch two, then I got few of the concepts clear. Then I prepared for the exam in the month of April, when I planned to give, unfortunately, I missed my mother-in-law, due to which I couldn't give. And then again, unfortunate situations happened. Again, I had to take break, take break, take break. I was not at all being consistent. And then the initial mocks which you gave yours, the six mock papers, I prepared it in a short duration of like 1 month. Now being consistent, which I actually don't think it is consistent, I used to take one mock 1 week. I used to give 60, 60, 60 questions, sometimes 20, sometimes 10. My target was at least in a day I should attempt one or two questions. That was my target, but somehow I used to attempt 10 questions from your mock, wherein I used to pause the exam and give. Then I got into a strategy like I should not be doing that. So I took 1 week's time, and every mock paper of yours, I used to give 60 questions. I used to end the exam. I used to review those 60 questions, and then I used to attempt another 60 questions, and then again I used to stop the mock. I used to take the score, and then I used to review the answer and then continue. So one mock 3 days I used to do, and the review also same day I was doing. And coming to that, apart from that, I have the agile guide which you gave me, your material. I had read through that. Though I read through that material, when it used to come to the questions and all that, I was getting confused to which option to choose. Then, though you gave shared the number like to join the coaching calls and all, unfortunately, I was not able to join. But I have seen all the coaching calls which you have recorded. The moment you used to post it on the YouTube, those video calls and all regularly I used to watch, and then there I got an idea. So the moment any question used to come to me, the way you used to pick the words, Amir sir was picking these words. So this is where I have to target. So that question, that thing was coming to my mind, and I was picking those questions and I was answering, sir. And lastly, I'm the most major thing for me was being on time. So time management was the thing. So first 60 I will give with quickly. Second 60 I used to time. Last 60 I was like running out of the time. And which you shared the prepcast timing thing. So that I also found it useful only for the timing. But when it came to a real exam, so your first 6 marks, whichever you had shared it with me, the Udemy ones, those cleared the concepts very well, sir. And the thing what I got in an exam, it was like almost similar to what you have shared it in Udemy Prepcast.
So how relevant those Udemy mocks were to the real exam?
So it was like I can rate 85%. It was almost similar to that, especially the framing of the question and the answers. So I could relate that. Prepcast is anybody, if they reads the question, they can easily choose the answers among them. But your
Exam
Udemy,
was exam was more relevant to the prepcast or my mocks?
your mocks, sir.
Hmm.
The framing of the question, the English what you have used it in your mocks, that English is was almost similar to the PMP real exam. The prepcast is the, I am not
I
telling that's
mean,
a wrong English, that's a
but
very defined English which
but
anybody
it's
can easily read and understand. But the way you have framed the questions, the same pattern was there in the real exam.
yeah, okay. Yeah, I basically prepcast is only for the timing thing. That is the only reason. Okay, let's talk more about the exam time management. How you did time management in the exam?
So, as advised by you, you had advised me to attempt the first questions 80, 80, and then 70. But since I knew my weakness about the exam, the first 60 I tried to attempt in 70 minutes, and the next 60 I attempted in 73 minutes, and the rest all the time I kept it to the last 60 questions. So that helped me on time. I think so. It was almost like 3 minutes early. I finished my exam.
3 minutes early. So how the exam questions were like? You know how journeys were. So how the exam questions were structured?
Sir, almost like everybody used to say it is a hybrid questions, hybrid questions. So I found it hybrid was there, agile was also there, but predictive was also there, sir. So most of the questions I found it was predictive, and I can say like 50% hybrid, 30% predictive, and 20% agile.
Okay.
And first 60 were the toughest, so the questions whatever they were trying to ask, so we, the moment you see the question you try to imagine options, like maybe this is the issue and we have come across like xyz options, right? When I look those things in the options, it was not at all relevant. So I was getting confused, like for every question, I was getting which option is the right one in this. So it was very tricky, and some questions were like all the three options are right, almost right. So it was being very hard for me to choose one right answer among two. At least among two, we can choose a one right answer. When it comes to three, so I was finding very hard to choose the right answer for that.
Okay. Okay. That's important thing. Any formula question? Critical path questions?
I got one schedule variance question. I got SPI question. I got.
SPI, CPI questions. Okay. And critical path as a general?
No, critical path was not there. And sir, most of the questions like options, what was given, like they have a checking about the emotional intelligence, active listening. So the option will never be in like the active listening. So they will say that how carefully a manager should address this issue. So you should have the options they would have given is emotional intelligence definition in the project manager should have done like this, like that. So you have to choose the right answer. where you
You
have
have
to use active listening, where you have to use emotional intelligence. Most of the questions were like that.
okay, okay. So people were more dominated in that domain, and that was what we were expecting, and that the exam can be like this. Okay, okay, that is good. What about the compliance thing?
Compliance related and quality standard related questions were there, sir.
Okay, okay. So your advice to PMP aspirant, how to prepare for PMP exam?
First thing is blindly join Namisa's batch. Any batch is fine. And be consistent. The one word what I had always been hearing from Amir sir is be consistent. So we have to give the exam. So just being consistent for a month would help anybody to clear the exam. And some people, because of unfortunate reason, we keep postponing, but ultimately we will be putting more efforts in than being consistent for 1 month. And if they're consistently preparing, I would suggest them to use your Udemy marks. So in that, most of the concepts will get cleared. The way the questions are framed, it will clear your concepts. I
Okay,
started my root cause analysis, and making notes is only with your mocks.
okay, okay. Thank you for that. Okay, Shabas, any other advice to PMP aspirant? You have a long preparation, and so you can give good advice further if you have any.
Yeah, one thing is like root cause analysis is the must, sir. So whatever questions, option you're choosing, why you're choosing that, and why not other three questions.
Okay. So Savas, you know each one, teach one. So now I want you to teach other PMPS parents so that they
Sure,
can
sir.
become certified PMPs. And of course, it has been a hard year. You need to celebrate. And I am expecting you to write PMP question. Thank you,
Sure,
Shavas,
sir.
and best of luck for future endeavors.